Let's talk a little bit about Fairyland. This is a film about a young girl that grows up with her single gay dad in San Francisco during the 70s and 80s, adapted from a memoir of the same name. It's got a pretty good cast with Amelia Jones and Scoot McNairy in particular leading the way. You have Gina Davis and Adam Lambert in some supporting roles as well. I found this one to be a really tender-hearted father-daughter story, and it kind of meanders its way through the history of San Francisco in the 70s and the 80s, but it's got this really excellent pathos-filled performance from Scoot McNairy at its center, where he's just carrying so much emotional weight, particularly as the film goes on. Like there's a perfect Oscars clip moment with him sitting on a bench with his daughter. I thought it was very sweet, even if it is a bit on the nose with what it's trying to tell. But the entire last 30 minutes, I was holding back tears. So it's obviously effective, at least in that way. And I would love to see Scoot McNairy be in consideration for some of year-end awards, because I thought he was so affecting in Fairyland.
I agree with Amanda on this take.
Yeah.
You had said the moment that you had seen it, you couldn't wait to read the book to really feel the emotions of what the story's supposed to be.
Yeah, because I don't know if it fully managed to capture what I'm sure is like a very intimate kind of like recounting of this person's life and the multiple levels that it engages with, because it's both like how her father exists in this world as who he is and trying to be his authentic self, but then not always being the best dad about it, and then her trying to like respect that aspect of him, and then eventually hitting walls with it, being like, you know, you're not there for me as a father and all this other stuff. But I just feel like it didn't quite. I enjoyed it. It wasn't a bad movie. I just feel like I've seen better like biopic memoir type things. So, but I'm sure that it's actually an amazing read.
Yeah, it's certainly not the most unique or standout drama about life in the 80s or whatever, 70s and 80s in the gay community. Like it's been a subject that's been covered in other areas. It is interesting to see it from the single dad of a young daughter perspective. I did like a lot of the scenes of the young daughter navigating the like hippie druggy scene. But it's something that probably will resonate a lot more if you actually can delve into the book and really get the full story of it. For sure. But I mean, those performances might keep it in the discussion at the very least.
How was it experimental?
Sundance likes to label things certain ways. Yeah, they did use a little bit of real world footage, but not enough to be like a next category.
I wasn't there.
Sometimes they just have to put things places.
Yeah,
so
I guess.
But they don't have to add that.
They don't have to add the tag.
That's
in the premiere. It wasn't that experimental, but hey, it's produced by Sofia Coppola, so chances are that it's going to get a really good release.
Yeah.
I thought it was effective.